Hi everybody, it's Paul again from Ballistic Blood Bullets, here with day 2 of the 30-day horror challenge from Tattooed Doorman. And day 2, he's posing the question for us. What was the last movie we saw at the cinema, or in theatres, multiplexes? And obviously a horror film again. And once again, I had to struggle with this one. I'm not going to the cinema so much these days, and when I do, it really is to crash out with a good, mindless action film. And it has been a long time since I've seen a horror film at the cinema, so I really had to put the thinking cap on. And I believe my experience at the cinema of seeing a horror film dates back about 5 years, and that film is Neil Marshall's The Descent, I'm pretty sure. But what a great horror film to say if that is the last horror film I saw at the cinema. Cracking film, really is edge of the seat, tension, action, fraught, dangerous. It's all-encompassing, great sound, great cast. It centres around a group of young women who go out together, leave the guys at home, and they all undertake an expedition, a caving expedition. They're all into exploring caves and potholing. But on this expedition to the caves, of course, it's never quite that straightforward. There's always something that pops up in good old traditions of horror films. And under Neil Marshall's very, very good direction, the cave reveals, the deeper the girls go into it, its dark secret. And that dark secret is a inbred family of carnivorous cannibals, and when you get to see them, they're pretty creepy critters. They somewhat remind me of a bunch of killer orcs from the Lord of the Rings, but in this case they're not quite so precious. They're downright terrifying, and one of their weak links, or weak points, which helps the girls to actually fight for survival, is that they're all completely blind. So they live in the dark, but they are sensitive to sound. Obviously, being blind, their other senses come to the fore. So the girls have to work out what they're up against, what they can do, what they can't do, and it is a true battle for survival, and it is a very, very gory film, but it's action-packed as well, as I say, and it's from Neil Marshall, who has been delivering on all fronts with some really good films. His other horror films include Dog Soldiers, great post-apocalyptic type film in the traditions of Mad Max with Doomsday, and quite recently he delivered the goods in a Roman soldier epic of bloody proportions called Centurion. But well, that's my experience of horror most recently with The Descent at the cinema. But I just must say, also in agreement pretty much with Tattooed Doorman and other people who've been very kindly posting their films for the 30-day horror challenge, is the experience of going to the cinema these days. It just gets worse and worse and worse, and I'm so pleased that the advent of DVD and home cinema is actually a far better way to watch films. I just, each time you go to the cinema now, it's just, why do people spend their money and shout and scream and mess about? And one of the most annoying things I find is with mobile phones, of course. People, they turn their mobile phones off so they don't ring, but you still see them there texting and the lights coming on. And the lights coming on, it's just complete farce. I mean, it's like being at a Stevie Wonder concert, and he's the only one it doesn't seem to bother. But there we are. That's my little rant about cinemas. Most important thing is that we get these good films, and The Descent is most definitely a very good film. And that was my last horror experience at the cinema. So that's my entry for today's number 2 on the list of the 30-day horror challenge. Thanks again to Tattoo Doorman for setting us this great task to be a part of the horror community, which is great, bringing us all together and getting us talking and posting and spending time doing some good little videos. So thank you very much indeed, and thanks to all who take the time and trouble to watch my entry. I really appreciate it. So take care, thanks for now, and see you all soon. Bye for now.